fellow cinephiles, Film Guru here. For those who are new to the channel, my name's Sean, also known as Film Guru, and I started this channel to have my same particular movies, TV shows, and a variety of other film content, so thanks for joining me today. Today I'll be looking at Antlers. This was directed by Scott Cooper and produced by Guillermo del Toro. It stars Kerry Russell, Jesse Plemons, Jeremy T. Thomas, Graham Greene, and a variety of others. The film was based on a short story called The Quiet Boy. The film is set in a small Oregon town where a teacher, Julian Meadows, played by Kerry Russell, and her brother, Paul Meadows, played by Jesse Plemons, who is the local sheriff, discover that a young student is harbouring a dangerous secret with frightening consequences. And it's about them trying to work out what's going on before it's too late. I really liked this film. I thought it was interesting, unique. It's a slow burn. It's very bleak and dark in a lot of ways, but there is this small glimmer of hope throughout the film. And that sort of hope comes from the Kerry Russell character, Julia Meadows. She's the character that sort of puts things together, caring after this young boy, Lucas. There's stuff that happened to her in the past that we see throughout the film that is slowly revealed, that sort of shows her why she has such a connection to Lucas and why she's trying to help him. And I really liked that. I thought that was really great. Visually, it's really great. I like the town that it's set in. And the town in this film was actually the same backdrop for the original Rambo. It's the same town they used. And there's something about it. It's very desolate, it's rainy, it's dark, it's kind of bleak looking. And it's sort of a representation of the film, I guess, in a lot of ways. And it's the first time I've seen a town used in that particular way in a long time. I really think all the acting's solid, especially from Kerry Russell and Jesse Plemons, who's a unique actor, and also Jeremy T. Thomas, the young actor who's playing Lucas in the film. I think he does a really great job. He doesn't say much, he's sort of unique looking, and he adds some interesting elements to the film, and you really care for him in a lot of ways, and you see what he's doing and why he's doing it, and you sort of feel connected to him in a way, and I like that. I think Kerry Russell's really great here. She's an actress I've been a big fan of for a long time. It's good to see her have a role like this where she gets to this complexity to the role. You see what she's capable of. And you really get to see this caring woman, you know, taking charge of the situation that she finds herself in and the extremes that she goes to and what she has to do to ultimately help this young boy and to sort of save what's left of his family. Like I mentioned, it's a slow burn film. It really takes its time to build the characters and the environment, what actually is happening in the film, the myth that's transpiring, and what this creature is that starts to wreak havoc on the town, and why it's there and what it wants. In a lot of ways, it reminded me of Brothers Grimm type of fairy tales. The real fairy tales, not the Disney ones or the ones sort of made to be more palatable, acceptable. I mean like the original ones. It sort of has that feel. And there's sort of a mythical feel to the whole movie, which I really liked. It's a supernatural element. Like I said, there's this particular creature in the film and how they portray that and the importance of that creature itself. And what they're saying about the environment and what they're saying about the world that it inhabit and trauma that people go through and the effects of that on them and what this creature represents in the movie for that reason. It's a quiet movie. When we get these moments of surprise and horror and then this sort of gory elements, it takes you by surprise. And I kind of like that. There's a shock to it. There's a shock value. I wouldn't so much say it's a jump scare. It does have that sort of element to it. But it's more the impact of it and how you don't expect it at all and it comes out of nowhere. There's one particular scene in this film that takes place at night, this particular house, that scared the shit out of me. I don't usually jump or get scared in horror movies because I see a lot of them, but there was just something about this scene that really shook me and took me by surprise, and I really liked that because of that reason. It did make it sort of surprising for me, and I didn't know it was coming, and it sort of had this real huge impact on me, and I was really blown away by it. It is a little grotesque in parts, and I'm not really big on gore and grotesqueness, but it adds to the film. And it looks at the evolution of this particular creature, which I really loved. The creature design is fantastic, especially when you see it fully formed. It's big and intimidating, and it's sort of slender as well. It really feels like the alien from Alien and Aliens. It's very big and creepy, and there's a moment at the end that really feels like Alien, where it's the creature against Kerry Russell's character, Julia. And how that unfolds and the way it looks and the colours used and the reds and the darkness and just sort of brought to the screen is fantastic. And it really had those Alien vibes for me, especially the end of Alien where Ripley finally comes face to face with the alien, and the how that sort of transpires and how that looks and feels is kind of similar to this. And I thought that was really great. I don't necessarily know if the film juggled the myth and the social commentary it was saying, but I think it worked well for what it was going for. I felt engaged all the way through. Even in the slower and quiet moments, there was something very interesting about it, because you weren't sure what was going to happen next, what was going to unfold. There's a shock and surprise to the movie you don't expect, and you never quite know what's going to happen from scene to scene. I really thought that was really great. I think Scott Cooper did a good solid job with this film, and he's a director who's done some interesting movies, but this felt like much more of a myth combined with realism that he usually has in his movies. And I think that elements work really well together. And I think he's crafted a really engaging and entertaining movie that is bleak but with a glimmer of hope. Final thoughts. In the end, it's really about the trauma that happens to people, how it affects them, and how sometimes there's anger and violence that come from that, and that can form really bad relationships and really bad things in the world, and the impact of that has on the person themselves and the world around them. I'm going to give Antlers 4 out of 5. I thought it was solid, interesting, well put together, takes its time, but the ending is just fantastic. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe down the bottom, follow me on Facebook and Letterboxd. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy the movie.